Well, hello everyone. It's me, your strongest uncle. Well, I'm going to start off today. I want to show you a picture and see if you can identify who that is. Oh, sorry. That was the wrong picture. That was Jocelyn. She was still learning to do eyelashes. So this debonair individual is Williams Holmes Walker, my great-great-great-grandfather, and many of your four-great-grandfather on my mom's side. I want to tell you just a little bit about him. So he lived with Joseph Smith for about 5 years, managed the Navi Mansion for a time, and even cared for the Urim and Thummim that was used to translate the Book of Mormon, and their family used to call him the bodyguard. He served in the Mormon Battalion. He served a mission at the Cape of Good Hope and was later the president, and he moved to Millard County and started a sawmill. 2 canyons were actually named after him, North and South Walker Canyons, and they still exist today. You can find them. He did a lot of good in the beginning of the church. And you look at him and think, man, he is an amazing man. He has been in General Conference talks. Elder Stevenson is even related to him in the Quorum of the 12 and mentioned him in a conference talk. But wait till you meet his wife. So his wife's name is Mary Jane Shaden, and there's a lot to say about her, but I want to tell you one particular story that has made it into like church literature. She was a member of the church in Nauvoo, and she was persecuted and kicked out with her mom and little sibling. Her dad had died previously. In Montrose, Iowa, her mom and brother died because of a storm, and she had to sit with her mom and baby all night. And this is what she said. I was alone with my mother when she and my brother Henry died. It was a very stormy night, and I was only 14 years old. I had my little sister and a baby 8 months old to care for also. I could not leave the baby and mother to get help. That night the wind blew and the rain came down in torrents, leaking through the roof of the old log hut. In all the trials I had to pass through in my life, this was the hardest to stand. I thought the night would never pass. As soon as it was daylight, I took my baby sister in my arms and went for help. As soon as our condition was found out, there were many kind friends who came to our aid and did all in their power to comfort us. Sister Smith, the wife of Don Carlos Smith, Joseph Smith's brother, took my little sister and were exceptionally kind to her. So she migrates to Salt Lake City alone at the age of 14. Now that 14 is like Jane's age. That is super young. So that's pretty impressive. And then sometime during her life, she's thrown from her wagon and breaks her leg. So because of that, her legs were always 2 different heights. And yet still, she loves dancing. She loves everyone. She's a friend to everyone that she comes in contact with. And later, she marries Williams Holmes Walker and ends up caring for a lot of kids while he's on a mission in South Africa. Kind of a cool story, too, about her little sister. One day, she had a feeling she should go on a walk down by the creek, and there was her little sister, 14, that had then migrated. So the cool thing about her is she suffers all these hardships, losing her mom, losing a sibling, having to migrate alone, and still looks back on life and thinks, I'm so grateful for these challenges. And she was known as the Grand Old Lady. So I want to talk a little bit about Closer today. So this is a picture of Grandma Roxy's family. Now, this is Grandpa Lewis, Grandpa Ray, Grandma Betty, Tana, and Roxy. Now, any guesses which is Grandma Roxy? A little bit about him. So Grandpa Lewis served in World War II as a military police. Not the best position, because you got to go around telling people what to do, and was somewhat of a poet. I found out you can actually find 2 poems he wrote in our in the history tree. The thing I remember the most about them is they loved being around people. They loved dancing, but they were always having us come stay at their house. A little bit too much if you ask me, but it was they were always willing to do anything they could just to have us around, and always family was very important to them. And that brings us to Grandpa Mike's parents, Richard, i.e. Dick Gillings, and Irene. So this is a picture taken of them before they left England. Any guesses which is Grandpa Mike? Pretty hard to tell, right? So a little bit about Granddad, is he served in World War II as a bomb removal expert. So what that means is, Bomb falls. It doesn't explode. He has to dig under it and try to diffuse it before it goes off. It had a high mortality rate. A lot of people died. And legend is he came back with white hair after going to the war. Now, while he was at war, Nana was taking care of Susan and Grandpa Mike. And so during bombing raids, they'd have to go hide in the shelters. So during the war, she converted. And then he got home and he converted. And they came to America. And when they arrived, this little newspaper, I don't know if you've heard of it. It's not well known, called the New York Times, took a picture of them and published it. And this is that picture. Not super clear, but you can see the whole family there. They came here with like $200. Amazing people. And a cool story is Granddad works in the church publishing, and they used to publish the Book of Mormons together, he and Thomas S. Monson. And he became really good friends with President Monson, and President Monson actually spoke at both their funerals. So, I know you're wondering yourself, why are we getting told this on Christmas? Well, there's going to be a quiz to see if you get your present. Ready? So take out. No, I'm just kidding. The reason we're doing it is this last little while, there's been quite a few in the family that have been having some difficult times. Now, I want to preface this by saying, not Cassidy. It's been pretty easy mission. We all know. Super relaxing. So really, Cassidy, maybe not a part of this. But everyone else, definitely. We've had new kids. We've had new jobs, lost jobs. We've had, my hairline is going. We've all got our crosses to bear. So we wanted to remind you of the powerful lineage that we have that is here to help you, of where you've come from. And we are direct descendants from people who came over on the Mayflower, let alone the Mormon pioneers. So Mandy Gantry and I, and this guy named ChatGPT, I just met him, he's fantastic, created something that we hope will help you remember this. So find the poem that you've been given. It might be in an envelope, it might be taped to the front of something, but I want you to find that poem and I'm going to read it. Now, I'd suggest as I read it, you sit up straight, maybe thump your chest a little bit like good old Matthew McConaughey and say, all right. Because this poem is meant to help you realize who you are. If I tear up, it's because there's allergies down here in my basement. Out of the night of doubt and fear, we wise as one, unbowed, sincere. A lineage carried in steady hands, rooted deep in many lands. From England's cliff where old winds sing, from Denmark's cold where Vikings spring. From Wales with voices fierce and long in the USA where hope goes strong. We bear the storms our fathers knew. We meet the trials our mothers drew. Their quiet courage, iron and kind, still steals the edges of our mind. Though shadows press and tempests throng, we stand unbroken, gillingsstrong. For in this world that bends and shakes, where cruelty wounds and heartbreak wakes, we choose the light, we keep the flame. Refusing fear, refusing shame, no force can break the trusted thread that binds the living to the dead. A heritage born of grit and grace, of holding firm and keeping pace. So let the future test our will, our hearts are steadfast, grounded still. Across the seas, across the years, through joy and loss, through hope and tears. We claim our voice, our place, our song. We are and ever will be gillingsstrong. Remember that last line. We are and ever will be gillingsstrong. So what does it mean to be gillingsstrong? Well, first off, it's not about the name. We call it that because it's our parents' name, but it's this joining of strength of all these families. We have the Gillings, the Andersons, the Boren, the Arbuckles, the Baileys, the Westemans, and lately we have the Heiners, the Talbots, the Christiansons, and we're just bringing this strength into this gillingsstrong family. It also means that you can do hard things. When you look back at your ancestors and you think, Mary Jane Shaden crossed the plains when she was 14. I can do this. Our grandparents served in the war. I can do this. My mom had to raise Guth and I. You can do this. It means being able to look back on those challenges, though, and recognize that they've helped you grow in life, that you've been blessed, that it's strengthened, and you don't get bitter, but you grow. It means that that if you rely and recognize that you need to rely on Heavenly Father and His gospel, you'll be able to go through anything and grow to be the person that not only He wants you to be, but He needs you to be. And last off, what I want to say is, you'll notice it does not say, I am Gillingsstrong, because you are Gillingsstrong. But the whole lie behind it is that we, as a group, are Gillingsstrong. And when you're going through a good time, you help others. And when you're going through a bad time, like not Cassidy, but if you're going through a bad time, others are here to help you. That is what it means, Gillingsstrong. So what we'd like you to do now is open up your gift. And you might want to pause it here. Just kidding, I'm not paused. But you might want to pause it. Okay, now you've opened your gift. I want you to look down by the right front pocket. What do you see? What do you feel? It says Gillingsstrong. This is a great idea that Mandy and Gantry had, and the idea is putting it there, having something that you can put on, that you can wear, and remember that you're part of this Gillingsstrong family. Doesn't matter what your last name is, you're part of the Gillingsstrong family. And we just want you to know that no matter what anyone's going through, we'll be here for you. We'll always be there to support you. Remember that you can do hard things. Remember that these challenges in life are meant to help you grow. And remember that you are and ever will be Gillingsstrong. That we are and ever will be Gillingsstrong. That's all.